Before we dive into today's episode, I have something truly special to share. Next September, I'll be leading an intimate women's retreat through the south of France and northern Italy, and you're invited. Picture this: mornings exploring the colorful markets of the French Riviera, afternoons sipping wine, and a hotel view with golden Mediterranean sunsets. Whether you love photography, food, or just want to reconnect with your playful creative self, this trip is designed for you. Spots are limited, so if all this sounds like your kind of adventure, please visit tourwithabsolutely.com and look for the tour France and Italy with Crystal. You can also send me a message or check out the show notes. Hey guys, my name's Crystal Kenny, and I'm in love with creating. All things artistic and imagination involved. I'm an American girl who chased her creative dreams all the way to Paris, France, making a living using photography. This podcast takes you inside the stories of all the artsy folks I've met along the way and gives you that extra push to discover your creative gifts. The desire to create is deeply inside each and every one of us, and I give you the tools and inspiration to find a new way of living a more creative life. This is La Vie Creative, the podcast. So welcome to the show, Caroline.
Thank you for having me, Crystal.
It's lovely to talk to a creative coach. You're helping sensitive people help become themselves, be their creative selves, helping artists figure it out. But I want to go back to the beginning. Like, where are you from and what inspired you to start this job?
In fact, I began as a fashion photographer and I had a burnout. So I went to India and I discovered Reiki and meditation and many kind of therapies. And when I came back, I decided to help sensitive people to hold on to their passion and to be able to survive this world where it's very difficult to be sensitive.
Yeah. Do you find like a common connection between artists and being sensitive people? Like, do those two things go hand in hand?
Yeah, most of the time, sensitive people are artists, but only a few of them will really do it. But inside, we are all artists, of course.
Yeah, of course. And that's a common theme that comes up on the show, that people are like, oh, I'm not sure I'm good enough, with like this imposter syndrome and all that. Like, what are some ways you help people conquer that? Because I'm sure you come across that a lot in your business where people find that imposter syndrome happening.
The thing is not to stay limited to you. Creativity comes from something else. You are just a canal for creativity. So if you are an artist, you just take some information and bring it into life. And when you see this like that, it's much easier to be an artist and not think that you are an imposter or something like that, because it's not you. You're just a way for the ideas and for the creativity to go through. So it's very very funny and happy to see this like that.
Definitely. And like, that's such a great way to think of, like, you're just like the vessel for the creativity. So it takes away all the stress of being good enough, because actually you're just communicating with something we don't really understand to bring this work into the world. So what are some common problems you find with your clients, with artists? What are some common struggles for them?
Most of the time, it's only about self-confidence. And the solution I found is to go deep inside and search the reason why you want to be an artist. And most of the time, it's just not only because you want it, it's because you have to. You don't have any choice. You need to communicate all your creativity. So we go and search deep inside your motivation, why you want to do this. And this is the good reasons where you can build on this and make it stronger. Because if you are, if you really need to give an idea to the world, you will find a way. And it's not anymore about how you will do it. It's about your motivation to do it. And so you don't feel like an imposter anymore because it's a mission.
I like that, motivation.
It changes everything to be clear about your motivation.
And so should our motivations always be to serve others, to help others, or sometimes there's other things?
There is many other things. It could be just because you are very connected to beauty and harmony is essential to you. It could be just because you want to express something that you struggle with, or something from your past that you needs to be communicated. And so it can be anything, in fact.
That's a very good point. I think a lot of people are like not sure or, why, but like really connecting to your why is the most important thing we can do.
Yes. And also it's very important to tell your story. And many people that come and see me think that their story is not interesting. And in fact, by telling their story, they will connect with others and they will help many people. And that's very important, sharing your story. And many ways are possible to share your story. It can be by images, by text, anything, any medium is right. And sharing your story.
I think that's very valid what you said about sharing stories. And I think a lot of people are afraid to share their story or afraid to be judged. And how do you help people overcome that?
For example, to make them realize that for them, it's very inspiring to hear my story or other people's stories. So just by reconnecting to this need inside them, that's a way. Another way, I work a lot with essential oils and with the smelling. And some smell give you confidence, give you creativity. So it will be easier for them to work. So we will do meditation with the smell. They don't need to be face to face with me. They can buy the smell, the essential oil in a shop and smell it. And smell it each time they need to be in action, to write or to paint or to do anything. And this is very helpful. Another way, I use my skill of photographer and I organize photo shoots so that you need to be in Nice, or sometimes I organize photo shoots in Paris. And I call this inner goddess photo shoot. And it's to reconnect your divine part. And it gives also a lot of confidence. It's a very important step to do, because it's a way to see yourself as with your divine nature.
I love that. It's like getting that confidence, seeing yourself in a different way, the inner goddess. Like that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And you talk a lot about how many of our problems come from thinking too much and forgetting to be in touch with our bodies. And you mentioned that it starts with our childhood when we're forced to cover ourselves even when we're not cold or eat when we're not hungry. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's you lose the track of communicating with yourself, because each time you try to hear what your body is telling you when you're a child, you have an adult telling you it's not true. Like, for example, if you want to go out without a coat, your parents will say, no, it's very cold outside. You should put a coat, otherwise you will be sick. And as a child, it's very dangerous to be sick. So it's not good if I listen to myself. And so from time to time, you will hear many things like that and jump to the conclusion that it's not good to hear what your body has to say. And that's how you lose confidence in your body messages and you don't hear them at all anymore. But the good news is, as an adult, you can try to reconnect with that and you can learn to listen to your body again. And it takes a little time. There is one exercise that is very funny to do. You can speak to a plant. It's very important that it's something alive, but not an animal or a person, because they will react. We need something alive that doesn't react. And you will tell a lie. Like, for example, I hate chocolate if I love chocolate. Or I hate blue if blue is my favorite color. And you close your eyes and you see how it feels inside. And then you do it again by telling the truth. My favorite color is blue. Or I love chocolate. And you close your eyes and you see how it's inside your body when you told the truth. And at the beginning, maybe you will feel few sensations, but the more you practice, the more you will learn yes and no with your body. And it will be very easy to make decisions. That's how we can connect intuition, for example.
I love that. It's so funny that, like you said, it has to be something alive, but like not something that won't react really. So talking to a plant is a great way.
Yeah, because if they react, your body reaction will be different in depending on how they will react. So it's better to have no reaction.
But why does it have to be alive?
Because if you talk to a book, it's not the same. Really, you can try, but I think it works better with a plant.
And talk about some of the important things about connecting with our body, like as far as our creative journey goes. Like, why do we need to be connected with our body so that we can better receive information to create?
Yes, and also you can choose what you will do, what you will create, the right moment to do it. For example, if you want to paint, but you feel like in your body that the reaction says no, you can do something else. Maybe it's not the right time. If you also want to write and you force yourself and you feel inside your body that it's okay, maybe it's good to force yourself a little and it will come. So it's very important to have this connection to the yes and no in your body, even to choose the way you will express your creativity, and also to feel if it's the right time or not.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. That like, if you can't even be connected with yourself, you don't even know what direction you're going.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And you talk about helping people to develop powerful
inner resources. Talk about some of those resources that we have inside ourselves.
Everybody has hidden treasures in themselves. And most of the time we hide them because we don't see what's good inside. For example, when I was a fashion photographer, I thought that the fact that I was an introvert was a very bad thing. So I was hiding it. Now I'm using it. I know I'm an introvert. I know myself, and I know it's something I cannot change. It's my nature. And it helps me connect with other introverts and other hypersensitive people. And everything that I was thinking was some kind of defect, some kind of wrong stuff in me. Now I'm using it to make better connection with people who need what I have and not searching to please everyone.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's all about like accepting the way you are and knowing that those are gifts instead of like problems.
Yeah, and it's very useful when you see the treasure inside this.
And what are some other things that an artist or a creative could do today to connect with their inner self? I know we're talking to the plants, we're doing yes and no questions, or what do I like? But what are some common things? Like, do you recommend meditation or exercise? What are some things we can do right now to better connect with our bodies?
Have fun. There is one exercise that I give to my clients and I really love it. And when I say you should do that, they say, oh, no. But after they tell me they loved their day. So this is the name of this exercise is Your Body's Day. And it's a full day, like minimum 8 hours, where you will listen only to your body, not to your head. So if you want to eat a lot of chocolate, you just do it. If you want to go and run and stop after 5 minutes, you do it. If you suddenly feel like swimming, you go to the swimming pool. And really just spend the day only listening to your body. And even if what your body asks seems crazy, it's a very good way to play and to be more in a fun vibe.
Yeah.
And it's necessary to be creative.
Definitely. And like you said, even if it sounds crazy or weird, and I think a lot of us totally ignore our bodies, myself included. It's like, I got to do this, I got to do this. And you're always in your mind. But like when you actually sit down, and I mean, obviously that's why meditation and things like that are important, and like really listen to like what's going on.
Exactly. And also another thing that is very helpful, I think, is to take the time to appreciate small things. It sounds a little bit ridiculous to say that, but really, if you taste a good tea that you love, just take the time between 2 drops of tea to feel the smell and how it is to drink that tea and how good it is. And there is a Japanese concept called yutori, and it's the time you take to appreciate stuff.
I love that. That's such a great like word and idea, you know, like that exact time. It's like people doing like a gratitude journal or a vision board, you know, it's just taking that moment.
Yeah, it's just to appreciate, to see. Sometimes you have a beautiful sunset, just stare at it and appreciate. And that's good to take time not to be doing something, because even meditation, sometimes people force themselves into meditation and it's inside a list of many things to do. Sometimes it's just good to do nothing.
Exactly. And just like when you like something, like it. Just be in that moment.
Yeah. And don't think of what you will do after or what you didn't do and have to do later.
That is much easier said than done, we would say.
For sure.
And how would you define creativity in your own words?
For me, it's a way to express your divine self.
I like that. Our divine self. And what is some of the best advice you've ever received?
Uh, that joy should be your guide in everything. If something makes you happy, do it. If it feels heavy, even if it's supposed to be good, don't do it. And really, now that I run my life like that, I'm much happier than I was before.
Definitely. I think that's great advice. And what are some resources that have helped you on your creative journey? Are there certain places you go, certain books, certain things you do? What are some of the resources that have helped you?
I love smelling. That's why I work with essential oils. And I love going to the Museum of Perfume in Versailles, where you can smell all the old perfumes from a long time ago that doesn't exist anymore. And it's like time traveling. That's something I love to do. Also, I live by the sea, so I really love to just spend time looking at the sea and doing nothing. And also, I like to play with my kids and do painting with them, use kind of material I wouldn't use for work, and not having a goal or something that should look good. It's also something I really love. Just playing.
That sounds like so lovely. And talk a little bit about, I know like so many creative people struggle between, they just want to create, they just want to make art, but also we all have bills to pay. So how do you balance that between like playing and what brings us joy, but then also involving like the money factor?
If something brings you joy, it should bring you money as well. And if it doesn't, maybe it has to do with vibe. And maybe it's just about making your vibe higher. And how you do that? By doing something playful and using joy. So the more you have pleasure and the more you are inside your joy zone, the more you have a high vibe and the more you attract money.
I love that. That's great advice. I think that makes people feel a lot better too, that are struggling and like, how am I going to make money with this? It's like you said, just do the joy, just do the fun, and then everything comes together.
And don't struggle, because this doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just makes the situation worse.
And talk about some future projects you're excited to share.
I will do my inner goddess photo shoot this summer in August in Venice.
Wow.
So I really love Venice. It's a beautiful city. So I think it will be very beautiful pictures there. And also my new book is out. It's in French, but still it exists. It's a book about law of attraction and how to use it. And soon I will share a new project with photography, but something more personal. But this will be for September.
Lovely. And what's the title of the book?
Knowing how to use law of attraction.
Lovely. Well, we'll have to put all of that in the show notes. And where can people connect with you and hire you for your services? You help people all around the world, I'm assuming online to like help their inner self, to help their sensitive self.
I have a website, which is my name, carolindesurany.com. Otherwise, my Instagram, which is also my name, Caroline de Surany.
Perfect. Well, we'll share all of that in the show notes. And thanks so much for sharing your story today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for tuning in to La Vie Creative. You can find more information on MissParisPhoto.com. And if you enjoyed this show, please feel free to share and spread the word for all my creative guests. We have the power to help them to keep doing what they love. See you next time.